Welcome to The Main Dish with MD. I'm your host, Marlon Davis. And if this is your first episode of the show, our goal is to inspire, connect, and entertain. But before we get started, go ahead and put that pecan pie down and go wash your face. After you finish that, go ahead and click that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen right down there. Thank you. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but those leftovers should have been finished 2 days ago. So go ahead and stop eating those. And no more pie at 9 p.m. before you go to bed. All right? Okay? All right. Today we are giving tips on how to navigate through the holidays without adding those extra holiday pounds. And when I say extra, some of us are still carrying that quarantine 15. So we don't need to add the holiday 15 to the quarantine 15. I would like to welcome back NASM certified nutrition specialist, Kim Abbage Hart. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you for having me back, Marlon.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome back our certified nutrition and fitness specialist, Mauricette Diaz. Welcome back, Mauricette.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, like I said, love you guys. And if you missed the last show with them, we also had Brother Ray Anthony Word on there. You guys had a lot of hits on that show. And so we're here to bring you guys back right before the holidays. To kind of help people with that holiday 15. But before we get started, you guys know what time it is. It's time for an episode of WTD, What the Dish. Ladies, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I'm going to list some ingredients to a dish. Once you guys know what the dish is, go ahead and just say it out loud. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. The first item, mixed greens, lemon, olive oil. That's it.
Salad.
Is it a salad?
Hey, exactly. That's it. And when you say that's it, that's all y'all need to have after Thanksgiving. So that's what the dish is today. Get you some greens in your life. Leave that turkey and dressing alone. All right? Leave it alone. Ladies, last time we talked, we discussed the quarantine 15, and I am proud to say since then, I have lost, since October 1st, I've lost 15 pounds.
Woohoo!
That is amazing.
Congrats!
So Marlon, we're going to turn the tables on you for a second.
The main dish, cooking with Kim already?
What strategies did you employ in order to lose the 15 pounds?
Stop eating.
Oh, okay. What was it, banana bread, I think?
I cut out all the banana breads, all the tortillas, all of those things. No, I'll tell you what I did. I cut out my carbs. I really did cut out the banana bread. I was making those mi tienda HEB tortillas that are hot fire. So I switched back to the low carb tortillas from HEB, put more greens in my diet. So just cut back on all the extra stuff that I had during quarantine 15. And it helped out a lot, drinking water, riding the Peloton.
Yeah.
So continue to ride that. So I was excited. I took a couple of pictures during that time with my new son and my dad. And I was like, babe, you look how you were taking those pictures. And then I realized, I was like, oh, my face is just super fat. So I need to do something about that. So it actually wasn't you taking the pictures. It was just my face was just going. So I had to jump on it, especially before these holidays. Now, let's turn the tables back. Kim, what are some things people can do to help navigate through the holidays to not add those extra pounds during this time?
Yeah, so this is actually one of my favorite topics to discuss, because for some reason around the holidays, people think like, oh, calories don't count. They magically just disappear. And I'm like, well, no, they actually don't. They still count and they still can go to your waistline. Some of the things that there's a class that I teach, like a 6 weeks boot camp, fitness and nutrition. So some of the things that I teach them in navigating the holidays is the first one is to be mindful when you are eating. A lot of the times we are grazing a lot. Tasting this dish or, just eating and, so engrossed in a conversation or something, catching up with someone. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you're like, oh, in addition to my dinner, I had an additional 500 calories just from, not being mindful about what you're putting in your mouth. So I think that's one of the biggest ones. And then the second one is, and I feel like we talked about this last time, is even though we may not be gathering in mass now, smaller gatherings, one of the biggest things is still planning and preparing before you go to wherever you're going. Number one rule, don't go hungry, because you're just going to want to consume everything and put it all in your face. The second is, if you aren't sure what they are going to have, then be sure to bring something that you can have. Mm-hmm. So, typically people cook, around the holidays. Usually it's like a lot of casserole type dishes, which is usually pasta heavy or, something like that. Mm-hmm. Bring a lean protein and a salad. That way you can still have some of whatever that casserole dish is, but you have a lean protein and a vegetable to go along with it. So those are like my two biggest tips when it comes to sort of navigating the holidays.
So instead of taking to-go plates, you're bringing to eat plates for the holidays.
Right.
Now, what do your friends look at you like? What? Kim over here bringing her own food. She ain't gonna eat my food.
It's one of those things where if you are very serious about, sticking to your goals, whatever your goals are, it's one of those things where you do have to employ those strategies. I mean, case in point, my husband, I still prepped a Thanksgiving meal for him to bring for Thanksgiving that he ate. But here's the thing, you can still have those foods. It just cuts down the amount of food that you will have or indulge in when you're, with friends or family.
And I will say something, for example, I'm agreeing with Kim, because when I started my weight loss journey, a lot of people, you always have the friends that are like, oh, come on, whatever, like it's just one meal or it's just one drink. And I had to have, like, with my really close friends who I would hang out with a lot, I had to have like a heart to heart with them and be like, hey, listen, I'm really trying this. I'm trying really hard. These are my goals. So like, as my friend, just like, I need your support. I need you to be supportive. And they got it. Like, they were amazing. Even when we would go to restaurants, they would let me choose the restaurants. Like, hey, just choose the place where you can eat, like where you can find food that you can have. Mm-hmm. Or every time I would go to their houses, they would tell me like, hey, we're preparing this. So is this okay? Or if you want to bring something else. So like, just having those conversations with them and like being, very honest. I'm like, hey, I'm trying really hard. This is my goal. No, most of the time, I mean, if they're your good friends, they'll understand it and they'll want to support you. So just having those conversations with them and just letting them know why you're doing it, and you're just not like, ew, I don't like your food, or I don't want to eat what you ate. Like, just telling them really what it is about. Most of the time, they'll get it and support you.
Good. I think those are important things to talk to your friends. They'll help you out because they are the ones that push you. Come on, man. Look, go. One more drink. Come on. You ain't no. One more drink turns into two more drinks, turns into a bucket.
Chips and salsa.
Some chicken wings, and it turns into all of those things. Speaking of one more drink, I will say the holidays are typically a time when we like to drink a little bit more. Well, shoot. Let me be honest. 2020 has been a time where we've, had an extra drink or two.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about alcohol. Should you drink less alcohol? Should you focus on drinking less alcohol or eating less food? Which one do you guys think?
So I've always said personally, and Marlene, you know this, I always tell people, like, I rather eat my calories instead of drinking my calories. But I have a lot of friends that will do the opposite. They'll tell me like, no, I'd rather drink my calories than eat my calories. So I feel like you have to decide which one it is. And I'm not saying you can never have both. I mean, if on Thanksgiving, on Christmas Eve, if you want to have a nice meal with some wine or some cocktails, like, feel free to do it. But if this is going to be like, you know, you're going to a lot of holiday parties, and like, if this is something that you're doing often, I would definitely suggest choosing one over the other. Like, okay, I would rather, you know, eat or like save my calories for food instead of, you know, because for example, a cocktail can sometimes have 400 to 500 calories because of everything that it has in it. So it can be like, one cocktail can almost be the same as a full meal. So I do suggest like really just deciding, like, if you rather eat your calories or drink them. And then also just know what you're drinking. Like, if you like tequila, you can have a range water, which is just tequila, lime juice, and sparkling water. If you like vodka, it could be a vodka tonic. So you can choose liquors that are a little bit lower in calories if you are going to drink. But at the end of the day, alcohol, I mean, it does have quite a few calories, and then it also bloats you up. So if you can avoid it on a regular basis, if you're actively trying to lose weight, I definitely would suggest that. But I mean, if it's like, because like Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's 2 meals in 2 months, right? So if you think about it, you can eat whatever you want.
I'm gonna interrupt you. So, first of all, Thanksgiving is, for some, it's like 5 to 6 meals. So you did.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's not. It's just one meal.
I'm trying to tell you, at work, a few days ago, my buddy was saying, "Hey, so on Thursday we're eating turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, dressing, pecan pie, sweet potato pie, ham." And he's like, "On Friday, I'm going to have the turkey sandwich with dressing and then some mac and cheese. And then Friday night, we got to have extra pie." And then he's like, "I'll be done with leftovers by Sunday." And so it is not just one day. It's not just one day. I think people prep Thanksgiving is like a Thursday through Sunday. Like, Thanksgiving eating is Thursday through Sunday at a minimum for most families. Kim, would you agree?
While yes, Mauricette, you're right. It should be like one meal. It tends to extend a lot longer than that in most families.
Yeah, and that's for example, that's one of the things one of the strategies that I use during the holidays is I don't keep or eat any leftovers. Because if I have them here, I'll eat them. Like, I'll find them and I'll eat them. So I'll cook, like, for example, this time that I cooked Thanksgiving, which was the first time, I cooked just enough for the 2 of us, just enough for that day and maybe one more meal, and then just got rid of the rest. So I'm not saying that people shouldn't do that, and I get it. It's, you know, that's just a tradition and you're with family, etc. And that's fine. But if you are trying to reach certain goals, then maybe, you know, during that specific amount of time that you're trying to do that, just maybe try to cut on the leftovers. Maybe do make it just a one day, just a one meal kind of situation.
But I did want to say, like, with the alcohol part, I don't want to get super technical, but sometimes I feel like if people understand sort of like how your body internalizes alcohol, it might, you know, help. So when you drink and you eat, your body has to decide, okay, which one am I going to prioritize, basically? And so the alcohol that your body recognizes as, this doesn't belong here. So it processes that first, which means the other food you're eating isn't necessarily like going to the places it should be going. So it's not really, you know, helping, you know, with any sort of muscle development or anything like that, because your body is processing the alcohol first. So I think it's one of those things that once you realize like what kind of happens on the inside with your body when you drink, then I think that helps people understand like why, you know, like drinking isn't necessarily bad, but why maybe you should cut back, because it does hinder your goals.
Yeah, I mean, and just not to be a hypocrite, on Thanksgiving, we had dinner with champagne. So I'm not saying I never drink or don't drink. Like I'm the biggest fan of ranch waters. I love having like tequila with soda water and lime. We had dinner with champagne. So there are times like it's worth doing it and you should do it. But just, it's not the big things with the holiday season. Like I said, it's not just what you're eating on those special meals, it's how you treat the rest of the meals as well. But during the holiday season, I know that it can be hard to just have moderation.
All right. Let's move on to some snacks. What type of snacks can people have to avoid eating the cookies and cakes that tend to pop up? If you're going into the office, people like to bring in cookies and cakes. People like to send amenity baskets to work. So what are some other snacks that you can have to avoid those extra calories in the cookies and cakes?
I'm gonna let Mauricette take this one first because she's like the snack queen, I feel like.
I am. I am the snack queen. Although I'm sure all the cookies and cakes and everything is delicious and it's worth it, and you can probably have, a slice or a cookie and you'll be fine. The issue is when you get a box of cookies and you open it and in 10 minutes it's gone. So first of all, it's okay, at least in my opinion, to enjoy those things every now and then. Having one or two, having just a slice of pie, that's fine. But if you are trying to just completely avoid it, I love Greek yogurt. And I don't know if that's like a super holiday thing, but I feel like Greek yogurt is one of the best snacks to have because it's low in carbs and then it's high in protein, and then you can decide the type of fat that you want to have with it. And there's a lot of desserts that you can make with it too. There's one that I love that is just yellow, and then you add Greek yogurt and you put it in the mixer and then it comes out kind of like a mousse. So like, for example, if you're going to a party, you can bring those, and even it's like COVID friendly, you can bring like little individual ones and then you can have that as a dessert. Now, something that I've been eating a lot, and they actually sell them at HEB, are these little like meringues. I don't know if you guys have seen them. There's like different flavors, and each meringue, it's like 2 calories. So like you can have those instead of having cookies. And that would be also like something that would like just take care of your sweet tooth without completely destroying your calorie intake.
What I will say, when it comes to sweet treats, some of the things that I've started learning about, because I realize not everyone's like me, there are dessert hummuses out there that are actually really good.
Oh, yeah.
The Sabra chocolate one. So if you do like the Sabra chocolate on like pretzels, or rice cakes. I had it on pretzels, which was really good. I didn't try it on rice cakes. I bet you that would be really good.
I've had it on strawberries. It's really good too.
Oh, and strawberries would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But then like Aldi has like a whole dessert hummus line. Like they have carrot cake. I saw one where it's like banana pudding flavor. So I think those would be really good. There are these, which I'll actually be posting later on my Instagram this week, but there's 2 sweet treats that I make for my husband. One are these peanut butter no-bake energy balls, which is just like peanut butter oats. You can put, your mix-ins is like whatever you want it to be, dark chocolate, it could be, nuts and cranberry. So that is like really good. You can have one of those and then it's like, okay, your sweet tooth is filled. And then last night I actually made him banana ice cream, frozen banana, a little bit of vanilla, some almond milk, and then you mix it all together and it's ice cream. And then I happen to top it with, there's like a peanut butter. They come in the refrigerated section. It's a peanut butter bar. The perfect bar, I think it's called. And I just topped it with half of one of those. That was peanut butter chocolate chip. So still really healthy, and it'll, feed that little bit of sweet tooth that, someone may have, but then it's a lot less calories than, your traditional pecan pie or sweet potato pie or, whichever type of pie or cake cookies that you have.
Yeah. And I mean, you also now have all the like low calorie ice creams, like Halo Top. There's a ton of like popsicles, things like that, even if you are going to someone's house and they're going to have pie, you can bring ice cream and It's a really good ice cream. It could be a Halo Top option, And, you know, it's something safe that if you, you know, you already had your piece of pie, but you still kind of want something sweet because people are still eating dessert, just go for your ice cream. So there are definitely some healthier, low calorie, I'll say, because I'm more low calorie than not really like, I mean, I did try to be healthy, but I'm more into like low calorie convenience, especially around this time that it's just so busy. But I mean, if you can do both, if you can go with healthy and low calorie, I mean, that'll definitely be the best option.
Bring your low calorie, healthy desserts to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get those cookies and all those things, you have something that you already like that you can eat as a substitute to having 4 cookies. Have half a cookie and your dessert, so you don't keep eating those. Secondly, bring your desserts to the parties, or you know, whatever you're going to. But I do love the fact that the ice cream bars, those are great. Breyers, Enlightenment, and there's another one that are really low in calories and low in carbs that we have at the house. So those are a great substitute to having all the pies and the cookies and the cakes.
And also a tip, go ahead, Kim.
No, I was going to say, I think one of the biggest things is it's all about mindset, really. You know, I think one of the biggest things is, okay, it's not going to taste good because it's low calorie, low carb, low something. And half the time, you know, if you were to do a blind taste test, you can't really tell. So I think it's one of those things of like, just try it and see if you like it versus going in with a preconceived notion of, you know, oh, this isn't going to taste good or it isn't going to taste the same. Well, even if it doesn't taste the same, doesn't mean it still won't taste good. So I think that's one of the biggest, you know, hurdles sometimes.
Yeah. And the only thing that I was going to say is to help with, you know, the cookies and the cakes and everything that people deliver at work, share them. Go around the office, offer it to everyone, get it out of your hands, you know, like have, like I said, 1 or 2. You can even save one for your significant other at home, but share them. Because if they're at your desk just waiting there, that's going to be tough.
Well, first of all, if you're saving, I have never saved a treat from work from my wife. Never make it that far. Never. To be like, okay, we got 2 dozen Tips treats. You know what? I'll take 2. I'll eat 1 and save 1. I don't know if that's, not with me. And I commend you, Mauricette, for taking 1 home to your fiance.
I mean,
thank you so much.
Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. But what I do is I tell him like, oh, I'm bringing you a cookie. So then if I eat it, he'll be like, where's my cookie? Like, you told me you were bringing me a cookie. So.
And then you look like the bad fiance because you ate the cookie.
Exactly.
But you know what? We got some people out here that'll be like, I ate it. Man, I had to stop by Tips Treats and just buy some more cookies. Somebody's like, well, yeah. Oh, I left it at work. Oh, so sorry. We will get there. We will get there. Definitely, we will get there. Let's talk about exercise. How do we incorporate exercise into this equation during the holidays? Kim.
I mean,
or Mauricette.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead, Kim.
Or Mauricette. It doesn't matter.
Whoever. I think for me, so exercise is it's like breathing for me at this point. Like, if I don't work out, I am cranky. So I try to incorporate more cardio during this time because, like everyone else, I might have 1 extra cocktail than I need during this time. But I think one of the biggest things is like, go on family walks after dinner instead of just, sitting down in front of the TV, or a morning walk if exercise, going to the gym isn't really your thing. I think a lot of people think like, okay, exercise, it has to be this, fit in this box, and it doesn't. Like I said, it can be a walk, it can be gardening. I went and cut down my Christmas tree. I burned calories doing that. So, you know, it just finds like literally, I was like, oh, my core, I have to engage my core for this. So it's like, find something that you enjoy doing and then just do that more often.
Like my homeboy Luke said, don't stop, get it, don't stop, get it. But okay, you guys right now are ahead of the game. So the people that are watching today may need your help. So it's easy for you guys to go work out. And Mauricette, I'm just going to use you as an example. If you didn't watch the first episode of Quarantine 15, Mauricette dropped like 50 pounds?
Almost 60 at this point, yeah.
Almost 60 pounds over the past year and a half, 2 years?
2
yeah. years. So when you were at that weight, what was your motivation to start working out and keep doing it every day? I need to know, I think the people need to know, when you were that weight, how did you get started? Right now it's easy because you're or easier. I'm not saying easy, easier.
Yeah.
Because you're maintaining, but what was your motivation when you were at your heavier weight to say, you know what? I got to keep doing this.
Yeah. So for me, it happened when I started just feeling, I just wasn't feeling great anymore. Like it started affecting my health. And that's what really kind of like was an eye opener for me. So first of all, that was kind of like, that was my thing, my eye opener that made me really be like, okay, now you really need to be serious. And then I stuck to it and I promised myself, you're going to do this a month and you're going to do it well. And I started with my nutrition was the first thing for me. Working out wasn't that much of a priority. It was my nutrition that I was like, I'm going to get my nutrition in check. And then I'm going to do 3 hours of yoga a week. That was what my goal was. So I promised myself, you're going to do that for a full month. Like it's only 30 days. And then you can assess depending on how you feel afterwards. And after those 30 days, I saw so many changes, not just on the scale, in my clothes, in my skin, in my hair, like in just like the way I was around people. Like, I don't know, it just changed so much in that month that I was like, why would I want to not keep doing this? And then after that month, I had a cheat meal. So I remember that cheat meal. I ate so much because I was like, oh, I'm done with my month, which was it's one of the biggest problems with diets is that you'll do it for 3 months and then you just go back to eating the way you used to eat before. So that you of course just gain it all back immediately. So I had that meal and I felt horrible. Like my stomach hurt. I had like heartburn. I felt bad for days. I'm not kidding you. Like for days, I just felt like heavy and gross. And I was just like, you know, if I had to choose between the two ways that I felt, like when I finished and then now, like I'd rather do that. So that kind of just gave me the motivation to keep going. But to be honest, it was the results. It was the results that really made me be like, oh, if I do this, I can actually like, my clothes are starting to get looser. I see the scale going down. I feel better. Like I'm in a better mood. I sleep better. So seeing the results is what really made me want to keep going. And then it's when I started working out. After seeing results, I was like, okay, so then maybe I can start adding some more besides of the yoga. So first I started doing yoga 5 times a week. And then little by little, I started incorporating strength training, so lifting. But it was just seeing results. I used to be a size 16. And when I fit into a size 4, I cried in the Target dressing room. Like I cried. So also Target sizes are real sizes. Probably if I go somewhere else, I'm still like at a size 8. But I like Target because, you know, I fit in the size 4.
It's in your heart now.
From 16 to 4. Ooh.
Yeah.
Watch out. So it can be done. It can be done, America.
For sure.
Real life examples. Where can they find you? Where can you find, Mauricette, where can we find out? You have some great videos on snacks and workouts and everything. Where can people find you and follow you?
So I have a YouTube channel. It's called Mauricette Diaz, Nutrition and Body Transformation. And there I just share a lot of, like Marlon just said, information that helped me throughout my journey. So I just kind of like try to share it with everyone else and some of my super easy and low calorie recipes. And then I also have an Instagram channel, which is Mauricette _ Diaz. And there I just kind of like share my day to day and a lot of my snacking and a lot of my meals. So those two would be the best places to find me.
Cooking with Kim. Cooking with Kim. Bum, 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 bum. Meal prep pro. MPP. I'm gonna call you the meal prep pro. Where can people find you and follow you and get some of these great recipes that you have? Learn about your fitness.
And so also speaking of exercise, me and my trainer, we have partnered. We did it 3 or 4 times this year. So next year we are hosting a fitness challenge. And one of the really cool things is that, he obviously handles, the fitness side of things, and he is also a nutrition specialist as well. But one of the things people get tripped up on, like what Mauricette said earlier, is it's the nutrition part. So that's where I come in, where I teach people how to meal prep. We give them customized meal plans, and we just help motivate them over 30 days. And the really cool thing is that, it's a cash prize. So it's $1,500 split over 3 winners. So the next one starts January. Oh, I should know this date. I think it's January 17th, and it'll go through February 13th. So they can find the link on my Instagram page via Linktree in my bio.
Awesome. So $1,500 cash money to look sexy. Now I want y'all to remember this. Hey, this COVID is going to be over at some point. And if it's over in April or May, we get all that vaccine, you going to want to be ready for the pool weather. So go ahead and get started now. Don't wait until it's over to try to get your slim on and your trim on. Do it. Start now, because you don't want to be trying to fit in your bathing suit. It's like, I need a new bathing suit, and be like, oh, where the cover-ups? Where I need the cover-ups? So I'm just trying to listen to MD. This is free advice. Start now. So when it's on and popping, you the one out there like, oh, all right.
But people can find me on YouTube channel, #CookingWithKim. It is where I share, my whole goal is to teach people how to meal prep and make it easy, accessible, and attainable. Because usually if people are new to meal prep, which is basically cooking several meals in one setting, they can get overwhelmed. So it's just breaking it down for them and showing them that you don't need, 10 different recipes. You can make your food still taste really good through very simple ingredients. So YouTube, #CookingWithKim, and then my Instagram channel, Instagram page, which is @KimAbbage, ABBAGE. I also share some of my meals that I do. More of my fitness is on my Instagram channel as well.
Perfect. Ladies, thank you so much. But before we go, we're going to have a little fun. We talked about losing weight and being good during the holidays. But what are your top 3 favorite holiday treats? And I'm going to go ahead and say this, Kim. I don't want to hear Panera Bread water. I don't want to hear I'm unusual and I like celery with a dash of lemon juice. No.
Okay.
I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
I don't want to hear that. We're going to go to Mauricette first and let you think about it and make sure you got a good top 3 holiday treats. Mauricette, go.
Okay, I love hot chocolate, so that's gonna be one of mine. There's regular hot chocolate and then Mexican hot chocolate. Those are like my go-tos. I absolutely love it. I love churros. So like all Mexican sweetbreads, pan dulce, but specifically churros are like, oh. And then in Mexico, it's a thing during the holidays. You eat churros with hot chocolate. So I love that. And then also again Mexican, so tamales. Those are like I can eat 100 and just not stop. So I don't keep tamales in the house because they'll be gone like that. I'll buy like 2 just so I can eat just those 2, and then that's it. But those would be my 3. And I guess they're all Mexican, so representing.
Consistent.
Kim, what do we have?
I got 3 good ones, I promise. Okay. The first one is I love a good glass of wine, and I don't discriminate. Summer I drink white, wintertime I drink red. So in the wintertime, a really good Cabernet. So Josh is usually I have on hand here. The second is my mom. She's the baker in the family. She makes a really good carrot cake. And I have yet to find anybody else who makes as good of a carrot cake as she does. So I will have a slice of her carrot cake. And then lastly, while I may be the meal prep queen or meal prep pro, I'm also a mac and cheese aficionado. So I love a good mac and cheese. And I mean, it could be Southern style, it can be truffle style, it could be lobster mac and cheese. I want it all. So those are my 3.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna add my 3 real quick. Number 1, Mrs. Hurdles. That's Brian's mom. Yeah, you know B. Hurdle?
Yes.
His mom makes these amazing brown sugar bars. He used to bring them all the time, and back when we lived together, back in our college days, and you bring it from home from mom, and he'd be like, "Damn, man, you ate up all the bread." Oh, my bad. My bad. I thought my bad, man. My bad. Tell your mom to make extra next time. Next is Kia's sweet potato cheesecake. Yeah, Kim. Look, you have You don't. Mauricette knows that sweet
in Austin.
It's a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to get her to start a business with just these sweet potato cheesecakes because they are fire. I cannot lie. I can't even. I'm like, Kia, let me rent out a kitchen for you to go make these because the world needs to taste these sweet potato cheesecakes. They are so good. And last, I think I had a third one. I don't know what my third one is. I like chocolate sheet cake that my mom makes, or you said carrot cake. Carrot cake is so good.
Yeah,
so darn good. Ladies, thank you again for an amazing episode. Remember to promote, support, and encourage your friends. And it's more fun when the homies have some. Merry Christmas.